Congressman, first of all, congratulations on being the chairman of the
Thank you very much.
Congressional Progressive Caucus. President-elect Obama is sending up, first of all, a request for the additional $350 billion of that $700 billion bailout bill. And I was wondering if if you're satisfied with what the president-elect has communicated to the Hill so far, or do you think that the Congress needs to take a much stronger role in setting conditions for that additional
Thank you.
$350 billion?
I think the protections and conditions that President-elect and his administration have put into that $350 billion is a good movement in a direction of accountability and oversight. I still think that members of Congress have a role to play. One of the reasons I voted against that first stimulus package was the lack of accountability, the lack of really dealing with the people losing their homes at that point, and now I believe we have an opportunity not just to correct some things, but to put some accountability, some transparency, and some checks and balances into the process. Is what President-elect said enough? I don't think so. I think we can do more, but we do need to thank him for having the foresight to send a package with conditions and with protections that didn't exist prior to that.
So what should those of us in the activist community be doing right now to help you in terms of?
I think there's some, and it's not a simplistic issue. It's an important issue. This package has to talk very strongly about keeping people in their homes. This package has to really put immediate constraints on CEOs and their compensation. This package has to include a mechanism for congressional oversight and for transparency so that the public knows what's happening. So we don't have decisions being made as were made in the past, and then we find out later that they were ineffective and that they didn't have the result that was intended. And more importantly, I think there's another area. We gave an inordinate amount of power to the Treasury Secretary in that first package. I think it is important to talk to the American people and to talk to and lobby us that maybe it is an opportune time to put some constraints on that inordinate amount of power that we give the Secretary of the Treasury and return that to the branches of government and that are appropriate for the oversight.
And one final question. What difference will we see this year in the Congressional Progressive Caucus from what we've seen in the past?
Better collaboration, a strategic working with the Obama administration, and I think you'll see what all of us in the Progressive Caucus have been asking for: the ability to work within administration, the ability to help craft policy, and I think you'll also see us interact with the leadership in Congress in a much more effective way. We are 80 members, and we can build alliances with other members of Congress to make sure that the progressive agenda isn't forgotten in the process, either in the budget or in this upcoming stimulus package. Those are going to be important tests for us, and I think you'll see a much more pragmatic, much more strategic advocacy on the part of the caucus.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.